Hey there, guys. I've got loans on the mind because it's loan season right now in Football Manager. Let me show you something that really bothers me about Football Manager, all right? Because it's so easy to make this mistake and it's so easy to get into this problem. So what happens here is I start getting these like super lowball offers from other teams for players who are worth money. Now, in Football Manager, if you have a player who's worth like $7 million or whatever the currency is, he's on 2.6 thousand per week, you should be able to put him out on loan, right? In general, like the rule of thumb is that you take the lowest amount of that transfer value and you divide it by 192, and that will give you the amount either per month that the computer should be expected to pay, or the amount per week, right? In wage value. So what we look at here is since he's worth what, 4,900,000 divided by 192, we'd expect that the computer would be willing to pay maybe 25,000 per month. We can then take away the 2,600 per week. It's kind of funny how this works, but it does work. And we should expect that if he were to be loaned out with full wages paid, that the game would pay like 20,000 or so dollars or euros or whatever per month in addition to his full wages. The problem is that if you just put him out on loan without specifying that, the game will come with these zero offers. This is a problem I know in FM23. I'm pretty sure it still is a problem in FM24. If you have a loan manager and you let him take care of this, he'll end up going for these zero offers. You don't want to do that because that means you'll have a loan army that doesn't earn you any money. What you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to say, okay, we do want him to go out on loan, so we will offer him to clubs, right? He is on the B team. I have to make sure of that. And his transfer value again is, you know, what we said. What did we say? It was about like 20,000. So we said this here, 20,000. And we want 100% of his wages to come in. And then we'll go turn around and we'll ask for that amount of money, right? You can see they're doing the same thing here with some of these other guys. Now, this one might actually be a deal that we want to do. I'm just eyeballing this, but looking at this deal, I think this is probably the best deal we'll get unless Sibalia is able, or I'm sorry, unless Kransicki is able to actually get a transfer deal. He probably won't. So we're actually going to say yes to that and just go ahead and get it because we're getting some kind of money for it. But you look at stuff like this for River Reese. I mean, this is just an incredible lowball offer. We're not going to say yes to this. We're going to reject that one. We'll worry about River Reese a little bit later on. Alexis Perez also, this is probably a lowball offer. We might be able to get a little bit more than this. I don't want to deal with this right now. We'll reject it. This is part of the problem that we have. Okay, we'll sell Fraunberger or whatever. We'll sell Goetze. This happens a lot in the game. See, look at this. Orlando Herrera, we should be able to get quite a bit of money for him in addition to his full wages instead of having to mess around with these zero offers. So we'll reject that. What I'm going to do with him is I'm actually going to set his loan status to no status set. And we'll worry about that a little bit later on. The same thing's true with Kenhar. Should be able to get more money than that for him. So we'll also set him to no loan status set and see what happens after that. So we'll go through the rest of this, whatever. We go through our press conference. Make this really quick as usual. We just want to get out of this. There we go. And we'll go advance this one further because what we really want to see is if somebody else comes in with the loan offer for Sensi. And it might happen, it might not. We'll take a look over here. And yep, look at that. See all of these offers for Sensi? We get all of these have 100% wages and they have huge amounts that they're offering on top of the wage, the 100% of the player's wages. That is what you want to do. If you do that, and you do that with a number of players, and you do this over and over again, you'll end up with a team that has, I don't know, as many players out on loan as you possibly can, and you'll wind up making profit on each one of those players that are out for loan. So if you're playing through Football Manager, you start seeing these complete total lowball offers coming in, and you're like, what's going on? What's happening is the game wants to loan your guy out, but there's no game mechanic that tells the game, hey, you have to offer money for him. What you should do is you should always say no to the offer and then go put the player out on loan again, but this time ask for money. If you do that, you'll find more times than not that they will pay what the player is worth and will probably also pay the extra money that you're asking for because the demand in-game exists. It's kind of a weird bug. It's kind of a weird thing to have to deal with. But if you do it the right way, and if you pay attention to this, you can start making huge amounts of money for your club by just taking your B players and putting them out on loan. You weren't going to play with them anyway. That works pretty well. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and I'll talk with you later. Bye.